Alright, today I'm going to show you guys how to install the Ubermod, which is an all-in-one mod that contains several game types and config files for you, and it configures them for you automatically so that you don't have to worry about it. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to install the latest reborn version for my server, which you can go and download at x-null.net. And this link right here isn't working for some reason. I'm going to fix that. So we're going to go download it from the forum, actually. And there should be a section called Downloads. And we need our C3 patch. So we're going to click there. And we're going to get the latest Windows patch, which is 3.5.1. I'm going to save it. I'm going to open it with WinRAR and extract the binaries that I need. I need to put what's in the main folder here. Don't upload the mod. You need to upload the admins.ini. I already have one in there, but put that in your server as well. Put the game x86 in your server. So my MOHAA server is right here. So I'm going to drag and drop this binary, which goes into the main folder on Windows, into the server config directory. Okay, there that is. And then we also need to put what's in the 1.1 US UK binaries in the servers. This executable, this binary right here, goes into your main as well on the server. The MOHAA server.executable itself goes in the MOHAA directory, so a directory up from here. So I'm just going to extract that here and tell it to overwrite. Okay, so that is how you install Reborn. There's a couple of config files here that are in the main, which you should probably upload, everything except for this mod. So like admins, IP filter, you're going to need to set up an entry in the admins.ini for the mod to work. So, alright, so the next part is to download the Ubermod, which you can get from OwN-3m-Alls.com. I already downloaded it, so I'm going to show you here. So here's the Ubermod. I'm going to open it with WinRAR and I'm going to extract it. Now I'm going to go here, and what we're going to do first is we're going to set up the... I'm running a Windows server, by the way, so I'm going to go into the Windows folder. Don't worry about the Linux folder. It's set up a little bit differently. Reborn on Linux servers. It's kind of the same process. If you have any questions, just post on the forums. I'm going to go into the main folder here. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to set up my admins.ini file. And I'm just going to use the default here, which has full rights, so I can demonstrate the panel to you. So that's been saved. I'm going to go into the configs folder now and set up our config files by using the MOHAAConfigGenerator. I'm just going to double click on that, and as you can see, it already has the path to where our config files are. And I'm going to use, as an example, BW, which is my clan that I used to run, as an example. So for clan tag, make sure you put in your clan's tag, which ours was this. And then for full clan name, BW stands for Brothers in War. Our Scrim password is going to be test123. For default weapon config, I'm going to choose sniper only. Max players on my server will be 64. My server's IP, I'm just going to use a fake one, but it needs an IP address and port. I'm going to save the input, click that button, and then I'm going to click on the update configs. And you'll see a success message here that your configs have been updated. And there's a couple of scripts that updates as well, based on what you put in. So just click on OK, and you're done. You can go ahead and exit. And now all your config files are up to date with what we just put in. As you can see, sniper only has been set. Everything else is set, good to go in every config file. So you don't have to edit each one manually. It's great. It's like magic. Okay, so now we're going to go back. The configs folder portion is done. Now the only config file that you do have to edit is the server.cfg. And the program could edit it, but you're going to have to set your Archon password and stuff here, and then you can make your default config. So you'll have to edit that manually. I use PSPad. It's a great text editor. And then when you're done, just save it. So I'm going to change it to test as our Archon password, and I'm going to change the name up here. Apparently I can't type. I'm gonna save it, close it. Okay, so now what I need to do is I need to copy the server, the mod, the Ubermod itself, the admins.ini, and the configs folder to the MOHAA server's main. So I'm in the MOHAA server right now, which is dgames MOHAA server. I'm going to the main directory and I'm going to copy everything over. And I'm going to overwrite anything that exists. Okay, so now all of that's in there and the server portion is done. So let me go back here to my, let's get the client side set up. So the server part's done. So go back to the directory, the main directory for the mod, and go to the local mod folder, go to the main. And then what we need to do is just copy the mod and the config file here into your game's MOHAA main. So your local copy of your game, which mine is dgames MOHAA. So it's in the main folder here. I'm going to copy it. I'm going to overwrite anything that exists. Okay, that portion is done. So now you should be able to just run the server. And the mod should be set up according to your preferences. So I'm going to run the server. Okay, everything's running. Now I'm going to run the local copy of my game. I'm going to connect up to the server. As you can see, Elkbot's running, which is good. And sniper only has been set because I was not given any other weapons. Alright, so to bring up the admin menu, press F11, and then you can bind a key to it. I'm going to bind F10. It's already bound for me. I'm going to click on continue. And I'm now in the panel, and first thing we have to do is we have to edit the login. So click this button up here. It's set up with test and test, which is what I actually set up in the admins.ini, so this is fine. So press the X, and you'll be asked to save. If you have to save, you press the enter key. There's a guide for this as well in the PDF documentation. Alright, so now I'm going to click on this login button up here. Whereas as you can see under my compass, it says I've been authed as an admin. So now I can go ahead and run any of these commands. So I'm going to change the game type to third person free-for-all. And as you can see, it's going to set it. You have to be logged in before any of the commands on the menu will work. And as you can see, third person's been activated. So that's as easy as that. And now the entire mod has been set up. So that's how easy it is to set up the mod. If you have any questions, just post on the x-null forums, or you can check out the documentation in the folder here called OwN-3m-Alls Ubermod. And you'll see a lot of information that covers step-by-step how to install it, how to use it, and all that kind of stuff. And that's basically as easy as that goes, I guess.